Hello students, welcome in my channel Amazing Chem Path. So student, in the today's lecture we are going to discuss modern model of atom. So what is this? A very interesting and very useful topic to understand the concept of the atom. So this topic we are going to start in today's lecture. So what is the modern model of an atom? Okay, so let us discuss very useful topic, that is the modern model of an atom. So we are going to understand few points in this topic. First one is, as we know that atom consists of subatomic particles, and we know the name of the subatomic particles. The subatomic particles are protons, neutrons and electrons. So these are the subatomic particles. Okay, so these are the subatomic particles. Understand? Already we have studied this, correct? So these are the subatomic particles. Second point, which is very essential point, and we are going to understand that point again. So this the atom consists of nucleus. Already we know that. So atom consists of nucleus and the different cells or different orbits which are present in the surrounding the nucleus. Okay, so orbits or shells which are present around the or surrounded by the nucleus. Okay, so let us see the diagram. So I will show the diagram. This is the nucleus and these are the different shells. Understand now? So nucleus is there, shells is there. So let us discuss first this point and then we are going to proceed. So this is nucleus. So this is nucleus and these are the shells. These are the different shells, correct? And as we know that in the nucleus protons and neutrons are present and electrons are revolving around the atom. So this is the theory, already we have studied this, correct? So these are the two important points of the modern model of an atom. After this students, we are already discussed in the nucleus protons and neutrons are present. These protons and neutrons collectively known as nucleons, collectively known as nucleons. This point also we are discussed, so you have to keep in your mind this all the points. So protons and neutrons in the nucleus collectively known as nucleons. Clear? So after that we are going to see some interesting part of this topic. And what is that? See here student, as you know that now nucleus is very important. It is a central part of the atom and nucleus having its own force. Okay, so nucleus having its own force and that force is known as the nuclear force. So nucleus, consider this is one atom, this is the nucleus. This nucleus having its own force, this called as the nuclear force. Keep in your mind. So nucleus having its own force. Okay, so nucleus also having its own force is known as the nuclear force. Keep in your mind this point, very essential point, because due to the force of attraction, whatever be the electrons are there in the cell, it is going to attract towards the nucleus. That's why this nuclear force also we have to keep in your mind. Okay, so nuclear force is essential to understand the concept. Okay, now see student, another one diagrams I am going to draw, which is very important now to understand this concept. Now see, this is one cell and there the nucleus is there. So I am going to draw another one shell. Now this is another one shell. Okay, I will change the color. I will show another one shell here. Okay, so this is another one shell, just understand. Okay, now the shells also known as the orbit, as you know that. So orbit is what, students? Orbits or shells are the imaginary paths, correct, and traced by the electrons in the empty space, correct. So this is the actually the orbit where the chances of electrons are found, correct. So electrons are found in that particular space. They are the, there is the empty space and where there is a chances to found the electrons, understand. So these circular paths, the circular paths you can see here, circular paths are there. The circular paths, the circular orbits are also known as the energy levels. So this circular paths is also known as energy level. This is very important topic, students. So this circular path is also known as the energy level. So in this diagram you can see, concentrate here properly. In this diagram you can see there are how many circular paths? 1 2 3, correct. So 1 2 3 are the energy levels, understand. These are the energy cells. So another name is the energy cells. Okay, so these are the some important points. Okay, now after this, students, now as I told, nucleus having its own force. That force name is nuclear force, correct. Now electrons are revolving around the nucleus in the orbit. Already this theory you know that. So here electrons are revolving, here also electrons are revolving, here also electrons are revolving in first cell, second cells, as well as in the third energy cells also, correct. So these electrons are revolving around the nucleus in different orbits, understand. So my question is that, suppose if you are going to consider first cell, so this electrons and the nuclear charge is very higher in the first cell electrons, correct. So nuclear force of attraction is very higher as the cell is very closer to the nucleus, while in the second case and in the third case it is larger, distance increase, so force of attraction is decreased. So nuclear force of attraction is decreased. Keep in your mind, nuclear force of attraction, nuclear force of attraction decreases as number of shells increases, as number of shells increases. So this is the point which is very important point, students. So what it indicates, see once again, nuclear force of attraction is there in the nucleus. So as the number of shells increase, means if I want to remove the electrons from the shell number 3, so I can easily remove because nuclear force of attraction is very less. But vice versa, if I want to remove the electrons from the first cell, it is very difficult because on that electrons nuclear force of attraction is also there. So this is very important point, student, you have to keep in your mind, and I will make a star to understand the model of the atom. This point is very essential. Okay, after that, students, we have to understand one more point. As you know that number of protons is equal to number of electrons, correct. This theory you know, correct. So that protons are positively charged and electrons are the negatively charged, student, correct. So these points help us to understand the nature of the atom. So by this theory we can easily say that the atom is neutral, understand. So atom is electrically neutral. In this way also we can make the sentence, so atom is electrically neutral. Why? Because number of protons is exactly equal to the number of electrons, and as we know that the positive charge protons and positive charge, sorry, negative charge electrons if they are balancing, the atom becomes neutral. So this is the concept, students. I hope you understand what actually we have discussed in this lecture. So very important discussion, students, regarding the modern model of an atoms. So keep watching the channel, like the channel, share the channel. Thank you all of you. Have a nice day.